Hey guys, so a lot of people go to HVZ events and they don't really bring good stuff. I see a lot of people running recons, Mark 1s, and just terrible things. So I'm going to go over what I run personally and why I run it and some just the simplest mods you can do to make your HVZ loadout very practical and what not to do. So I'm going to start with these because magazine blasters are very important for HVZ loadouts. Now, a lot of people are like, flywheels, 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 ooh. I'm not a big flywheeler. In my experience, I like to conserve ammo as much as possible, and all I carry is two 20 dart mags inside here, both of which are clear. And then I have a little drop pouch. It's actually in my car still, but I run three 18 dart clips. One is in here, so I run an 18 mag in here, two more in my dump pouch, and that's it. I actually only ended up using those three 18 dart mags the entire game. I got a lot of kills too. I did pretty good. Like, the amount of ammo people carry and stuff sometimes can be a little bit outrageous, and I didn't even end up using this, but this is a very good thing to have. Like, get one of these. They're really good, or just print one. They are prone to breaking right here, but it's kind of my printing settings, so I'll leave that alone. But those just clip to your belt. Shove a mag in, pull a mag out, that's all you need to do. So for my main blaster, my primary, which is probably the most important choice you need to make, I run a Springer, and it's a mag-fed Springer, and it is a Rampage because recons are a little too small for me. I love pump action. I'm getting used to recons. You know, I'm getting used to top prime. It's not great. I don't really like it. I have a pump grip for that in the mail. However, this I get along with very well. I really like this. I didn't like how far the stock was out, so I 3D printed that files on Thingiverse. Just a little extender right here. It's about 1.5 inch extender. Very hard to modify the STL files. If you're going to do that, just don't. And I love it. I love the fact that this sits down a little bit, because then when I go to scope, I can look right down the barrel, or right down the tack rail, and that acts as my iron sights. This blaster doesn't have too many mods to it internally. The entire thing's been re-greased. Actually, the story on this blaster is I found this in a swamp about a year ago. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just kind of let it sit. It was extremely worn out. The front grip is like all worn down and everything, and it was terrible. It was so bad. I took it, I cleaned it, I painted it, I did some mods. I did like a new spring, which is simple. You can just throw a new spring in there. I drilled out the air restrictor, which also makes it very much better. And yeah, so right now I have a 6 mag in it. It shoots about 80 FPS, 80 to 90 FPS. That's not something you want to engage really close range with, but it's not going to really hurt somebody. I know a lot of HVZ events have caps around 130 and 140. I don't want to get hit by something 140 close range. So this blaster gives me the best of, medium range. It doesn't hit super hard because of the long barrel, and it's fine. Like, it really works. I really like the ergo on it, and it just fits me really well. I really like it, and I love this blaster. I did a paint job on it. I've clear coated it several times, and yeah, the thing I really like about this blaster though is the long barrel. I know that's like a cardinal sin. Like, you want a short barrel for FPS and everything. However, the long barrel on this allows this to be a very accurate blaster, and the longer the barrel, it doesn't necessarily increase accuracy. However, I've tuned mine a little bit. I've done some custom internal stuff that makes this relatively accurate. I can hit something pretty far away, pretty consistently with this blaster, just because I like it. I like how it feels. I know how it's going to act. Get to know your blaster is basically what I'm saying here. This is my primary. I will probably do a separate video on this blaster by itself, because it's a lot. This blaster, there's a lot of stuff done to it, so that'll be later though. Secondaries. Chronos is a pretty good secondary. It's a little big for a secondary, but it's something you can run and strap it to your leg pretty well. Fits in my pocket pretty well. if you do this mod, which I 3D print these and sell them, you're going to have problems with stuff catching on it and then pulling it out. And then you'll double feed and you'll have jams. So I actually didn't even use this once during the entire HVZ event I went to. I really only used this and this. This is not the rough cut I ran. I ran a different rough cut, but same thing. So yeah. How you carry all this is very important. A lot of people do just like magwells and stuff. I used this. This I got at Walmart for like $40. I really like it. It's a cute little backpack. It has a, it's very comfortable. It has one of these guys, these little guys, and these slide up and down, so those are nice. You can keep socks or like your kill thing in here. That's nice. And yeah, so on the sides here, what I do is I take my sword, which you should always carry a sword. You put it in there, so when you're running with it, you can just reach back and pull it out. That actually saved my life 2 times while I was during, running around and stuff. And then on the other side, I keep a rough cut just because it fits in there. Obviously, I don't keep this with darts because that just wouldn't work, but it fits nicely. I love rough cuts. Rough cuts are like my primary for everything, so, or my secondary or my tridentary. So yeah. All right, now for the inside stuff. This is not what was inside. That was not originally. What I do run inside is, these are just the mags. 2 of these are the Dart Zone, or Adventure Force rather, 150 round canisters. This is just a new one I haven't opened yet. And I also have one full of darts, and this carries about probably 400 darts. I actually didn't even end up using this at all. This was a much different HVZ event than what I'm used to, so I didn't really know what to expect, but these are great. They're very, I just really like them. They slide in really well. They're easy to use and stuff. Same thing with this. This ammo is relatively affordable and very common. I also carried a protein shake, a box of Kind bars, which is just like, keep yourself energized if you're going to be doing a long HVZ event like this. Now, I have in the bottom 4 of these. I didn't even open one of these the entire time, so that was a lot of extra weight. However, I did have teammates. These are still cold. Wow. That's impressive. And this was like a week ago. I did have teammates that needed water, and I was able to give out 2 bottles of water. So it's situational, really, with water. Everybody says carry water. My metabolism and the way I train myself, I don't necessarily need a lot of water to do a lot of stuff, which isn't good, but that's just how I run. I recommend you bring water, at least 3 water bottles if you're, a normal person. But yeah, another thing I always have is safety goggles, just in case, I don't know, you need them. They're the maps, and I have zombie socks, just in case. A roll of duct tape is very good to have, because once it gets dark, and once it got dark in the area that I was playing in, which is actually a private airsoft field, it's a 100-acre, pretty much just whole LARP event where for like a day or so we get placed in there and there are zombies and stuff and we have to fight. So I wore full camo, full like hunting camo, and that helps me out a lot in some situations. But for the most common areas like college campuses, I don't recommend you wear full camo and carry like a blaster like this. I would, just because I don't really care, but you shouldn't do that. You should carry something, like this, bright colors. People know, oh, they're doing HVZ, or if they don't know what HVZ is, they're not shooting up, campuses, because that's frowned upon. Duct tape, I was able to duct tape my flashlight to it. I needed a stronger flashlight at the time, but it worked, and I will be 3D printing a little brace right here that you can just clip it to, but for the time being, it really saved me. Also, this is very important. Ultraviolet, a lot of HVZ events use ultraviolet ink, stuff like that, and this came in very handy because at the event, there was one ultraviolet flashlight provided by the game itself, and sometimes, like the whole idea was that we would have to transfer that ultraviolet flashlight around. However, if a player brought his or her own, we could use that. And I had done that, and that really helped out my team and my squad move forward in the game a lot. So I like to pack light, but try and bring like just bare necessity things that will get you through the day, get you through the night, and allow you to have a lot of fun. I lied earlier. I run 12 mags and 6 mags, actually. I run a lot of 6 mags. I like to conserve ammo, and I believe I got 17 kills. And yeah, it was just so much fun, guys. Like, HVZ events are a ton of fun, depending on where you play and how they're set up. The one I went to was miraculously well planned, well set up. Everything went great, and I had a lot of fun. So this is what I run for HVZ for private events. So out in the woods with, you know, on a private airfield, like not airfield, but airsoft field and stuff like that. So I will do a separate video on what I run for heavier setups and city situations where you're out in public with like a Nerf gun and people may not like that. So yeah, also I'm going to be typing up pamphlets that you can hand out to people that explain what HVZ is and why it's a great hobby and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, I will link those in the description once I'm done with them. I always carry a few. I will always carry a few with me, just so if like people are like, wow, what are you doing? I can just be like, here you go, and continue what I'm doing. That way it explains everything and they can be like, wow, that's really cool. I want to do that. Well, next time they can. So thank you for watching this video. That's about it from me. And yeah, if you have any questions on HVZ gear, what to run, what not to run, put it in the comments if you watch this video. I'd really appreciate that. And leave a like and subscribe if you liked it. Thanks for watching.